First story, I saw this one just a couple days ago. Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, is facing legal challenges in Europe over its plan to use publicly shared posts on these platforms to train artificial intelligence. The Irish Data Protection Commission has intervened, leading to Meta to postpone AI training activities. Meta emphasizes its commitment to transparency and user control, comparing its practices favorably to those of other tech giants like OpenAI and Google. And I know why you're smiling at this because we talked about it ahead of time. When the AI training does resume, users in the UK and the EU will be notified and given the opportunity to object to their data being used, but not all objections will be accepted. I know this isn't the last time we're going to see this whole idea of AI and where it's getting its data from to train AI models, especially with companies like Meta that have that data readily available to them. Ian, where do you come out on this idea of people objecting to the idea of Meta using Instagram and Facebook data to train their AI models?
So this is an interesting topic for me because, as we've talked about many times on this podcast, when you upload anything, post anything on Facebook, Instagram, any of the social media platforms, that is no longer your content. You do not own it. That's in Facebook's terms and services and all those kinds of things. So, and I think for the most part, people do understand that. I don't think they are under the impression that they still own this content, but maybe people are. But because of that, I don't think they've kind of got a leg to stand on in a way if they are unhappy about it. The other thing is, obviously people were happy to post it when they posted it, and it is public facing and all these things. So it's a bit of a grey area for me. I think, should we be concerned? Probably, but is there anything we can do about it? Perhaps not. I know that obviously, as you were talking about, is their headquarters still in Ireland? That's for Facebook, or was it just the Irish?
I think it was these guys that were kind of coming out and objecting on behalf of everybody.
Well, I know that Europe obviously has the GDPR, which is much more, takes much larger steps to protect user identity and privacy and all these things. But yeah, I think for a large portion of the world, this is just going to be how it is going forward. And if you don't want to be included, then you're going to have to stop posting, but they're still going to have access to everything you've posted in the past because, again, you don't own that.
Yeah. And, we've talked about it a lot, that social media is not free.
No, absolutely.
And I think this is almost like their way of saying it's time to pay up. You know what? And the way we're going to do it is not through some sort of monetary fee to use our channels like Facebook and Instagram. It's through the data that you've put out there for years and years and years, and the data you will continue to put out there to years in the future. This is our payment. This is how we're going to, make money off of everything we've done for you guys. So while I don't necessarily agree with it, you're kind of right. Like I don't really know if people have a leg to stand on because you happily posted it out there for the public to see. And it's just kind of like, you're paying for using a free service. Because, to run Facebook and Instagram and on these other channels definitely isn't free. They got to make their money somewhere. And for the longest time, they're making their money through ads. This is another avenue for them to make money.
Yes, absolutely. So, and I guess people can, it's up to each individual to evaluate, as you mentioned, this is your method of payment to use that as a tool. And it's up to each individual to decide whether that method of payment is the tool still valuable enough to them to warrant that method of payment sort of thing. And if not, then just delete your Facebook account and you won't have to worry about it going forward.
The sun will come up tomorrow if you delete Facebook.
Exactly.
It's a scientific fact. It will. And it's funny, whenever I see a story like this, I'm like, okay, they're going to use this data to train. And then I start thinking about all the stupid things I see on Facebook and Instagram. What are these tools going to look like if they read all this stuff? There's a lot of garbage on there. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. You want to train using this? Oh, okay. Have fun with that.
It's the next step in the dead internet theory.
Yeah, it's
has it all been AIs for the last decade anyway?
Yeah. I don't use Facebook a lot as an individual But when I do go on there, if I use Facebook Marketplace, I love looking at random things. But I'll be on Facebook just briefly while I'm basically going to Marketplace, and I'll just read a few posts, and I just think, what are we doing here? What's going on? And it's something else. So I think we agree there that this is the payment. This is what it is. Sorry.
And it'll be interesting to see how it does progress. I mean, when you were talking about this and you mentioned the fact that I was laughing, it is, Facebook didn't try to really justify it or anything like that. Their justification was really, well, everyone else is doing it, so we're going to do it too. And I thought that was quite amusing. But
we're going to be 1 ounce better than Google and OpenAI. It's like, well, okay, thanks for the low bar.
Yeah,
we told you. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll see. And like I mentioned earlier in the intro, this isn't the last time we'll hear about this. This is going to go on. Like, is it data through Reddit? Is it data through websites? It's going to go on and on because these models need something to train on. That's how they learn, right?
Yeah.